Aurzen has just released the Easy D1R Cube, and why this is so unique is it's the first ever projector with built-in Roku TV OS. So in today's video, you're gonna get a glimpse at what it's like to combine the quality of Aurzen's tech with the ease of the Roku TV OS. Specs, the quality, and the real-life applications for you, the user, if you decide to go with one of these. And if you don't know, I go by UG Tech, and I try to help people like you save money on streaming services and learn about the newest devices. So if you want to support the channel, the best way to do that is just hitting the subscribe button right down below. Let's get into it. The device itself is pretty simple. It only comes with 3 items: the main projector, the Roku style remote, and its power plug-in. The actual projector itself is extremely high quality with a hard plastic top and this nice fabric design on the side that is protecting the 2 5-watt speakers that are built into it. Of course, included is Dolby Audio for that slightly better sound quality. On the front, you have the main lens with the sensors directly below on the bottom. On the back, you have your power on and off, a USB-A, your HDMI in, auxiliary port, and a small little reset switch just in case anything ever goes wrong. And then of course your power plug-in directly on the bottom. One thing I love about the projector's design is it has a little hidden kickstand on the bottom that's gonna give it a 15-degree lift just so you get a better angle depending on where you set it up. Other main specs include the built-in Roku OS, of course, which we're gonna go over in a little bit. For video quality, it is 1080p with 330 lumens. One thing I love about Aurzen is they never lie about the lumens. There's a lot of companies that will put 900 lumens, but it's just so easy to tell it's not. For Aurzen, they're just straight up, this is 330. You can use it at night or, in partial daylight. But of course, we're still gonna be testing that out. It comes with auto keystone and focus, which is pretty standard with most projectors nowadays. And this can be used from 40 inches all the way up to 150. As for price point, we're gonna save that for the end because I think you'll be pretty pleasantly surprised. Let's get into initial setup and the operating system. Setting up the projector is crazy easy. It literally just has its power cord, plug it in. From there, it has one on and off switch, and then the Roku remote, which in this case does not come with batteries, so you're gonna need to get those separately. So this projector both auto keystones and auto focuses, so all you have to do is get it to the correct distance for your screen size. In this case, this is a 100-inch white projector screen, and I needed around 2.75 meters away from the screen in order to get that size. And just to give you some other throw distances, 1.1 meters is gonna give you a 40-inch screen, where to get the full 150 inches, it's gonna have to be 4.1 meters away. Now, if you've already set up a Roku device and have an account, this setup is crazy easy because all you have to do is scan the QR code, and it's literally just going to walk you through your account setup. Just enter your email, password, and then follow the on-screen prompts. It took me about 3 minutes. Now onto the operating system, because that is a major seller of this projector. I've always said this about Roku OS. It is about making streaming and tech easy. It is a very simplified operating system with really no extra frills. And what I mean by that is they put the main streaming app right in front of you. As soon as you log in, you go to those apps, you use them, you exit out. That's it. There's not a ton of ads getting pushed down your throat. They don't have all these extra applications. It's all about making streaming easy for you. And that's why this operating system is almost perfect for a projector, because really you throw the projector out there to stream a piece of content and then you turn it off and don't use it for another few days or maybe a week. And yes, if you are still one of those people that love to be able to add your own app, it has an HDMI port. Throw a Fire Stick in there, no difference. Featured on Roku's operating system is a simple home menu that allows you to access all your main downloaded apps. They have a live TV section where you can see what's playing through either the apps you're subscribed to or the free ones that Roku offers. Because Roku does offer a ton of free apps, including their own Roku channels and Tubi TV, Filmrise, you can go to the free to watch section and literally just find content without having to pay a dime. Or of course, go to the streaming store and download any apps you don't currently have on it. This has pretty much all of the regular Roku OS settings with one change, and that's this brand new projector section. One thing I noticed about this Aurzen projector is it actually doesn't have the obstacle avoidance feature. I've shown this feature before on other Aurzen projectors where if we have this monitor in the way of the screen, it's going to essentially avoid this part of the screen and just make a perfectly sized one over here. But for whatever reason, this one doesn't contain that. Instead, you are able to manually adjust the size and then of course play with your autofocus and auto keystone. Other than that, you can just change the orientation. That's pretty much all the projector settings that I was able to find. But that's enough of the operating system. What you guys really want to know about is the 1080p quality and the 330 lumen projector. Is that enough to really get you a good video experience? And to test this, we're going to try this out in 3 different ways. First, of course, in pitch dark, because this is when it's going to look the best. Second, we're going to check out video footage with just some ambient studio lighting on. It'll be darker than this, so don't worry. And third, I'm going to bring it upstairs and try it in daylight and see how it looks. Starting with how the video turned out in pretty much complete daylight. I have 2 main windows, sun was kind of shining through, and to nobody's surprise, it was not very good. This thing is 330 lumens. For partial daylight inside, you want a projector that's probably closer to honestly 1,000 to get a pretty decent video quality at least. As for my studio, that's a different story. For this, I had a little bit of ambient lighting around the projector screen, plus I have a window all the way back in my basement. This wasn't super noticeable though. And yeah, you can just see from the video quality, vast improvements to the point where it's pretty much usable. And third, complete darkness. And this is when the projector is really going to shine and what most people are gonna buy it for. Yeah, it looked pretty amazing. Crisp colors, great video quality for 1080p, and exactly what you want out of a movie night. I do want to preference and say there is no HDR and no Dolby Vision with this projector. So you're not going to get quite the vivid colors that you might have got from some of Aurzen's other models. Really quickly, I'm just going to put on screen a 3-way comparison of the 3 video qualities so you can get a good idea of what they look like. Really anything but the partial daylight upstairs in my living room is not bad and definitely usable. Let's talk about audio. In the past, I've been pretty vocal of projectors with poor speaker quality. For me, it's just, why are you going to put speakers in there if it's not usable? Now this comes with 2 5-watt speakers and Dolby audio. One thing that is super useful is this is an HDMI ARC port, which means you can directly plug in a soundbar through HDMI to the projector, and it's going to work right through the Roku OS. So we're going to start by playing sound from one of my most recent videos at 50% volume. We're going to check what the decibels are when we stand just around a foot away from it. And then we're going to crank it up to 100% and do the exact same test. One thing we really want to look for is at 100% volume, are we getting a lot of distortion from the sound? And then of course, how the rest of the audio sounds both at 50 and 100%. Damn, I need to try that thing no matter the price. And this here is no exception, which is essentially combining the Ninja Creamy, which is a product I've already used for a few years. If this is good, or bad tech. I make weekly videos helping. Okay, that was test number 1 at 50%, and to be honest, it doesn't sound amazing. There's really no depth to these speakers at all. Now for 100%. And just to clarify, the decibel meter was getting around 70 and sometimes up to 80, depending on the spikes in the sound. Consumers like you pick through the most viral tech products to see if they're actually worth buying. A lot like the previous Ninja Creamies, it comes with their own pints. Soft serve, a drip tray, which slides right into the bottom here. Just give it a little push there. So now for decibels, that was getting closer to around 80 on a consistent basis. Now I want to say good news, there's not a ton of distortion even at 100% volume. Now for the bad news, these speakers are not very impressive, and if you want an immersive movie night, I'm probably hooking up a soundbar of some sort. Because realistically, what's movie nights when the sound quality just takes away from everything else? And it's something I've told Aurzen before, and they do have projectors that have great sound quality like their boom models. The Roku D1R Cube is going to run you around $169, but I've also included a coupon code right down below. Now, is this a good deal? Well, a Roku device by itself is going to run you anywhere from $30 upwards of $60+, depending on what model you want. And then of course you have to account for getting an actual decent projector on top of that. So with those 2 factors combined, this definitely has really good value. Being that this is the first Roku built-in projector, I think it's a pretty good effort. Now, would I have liked to see better sound quality? Absolutely. Would I have liked to see 4K and HDR? Yes, but not everybody needs a super expensive projector. If you're looking for something for a simple movie night, or maybe you want to throw it in your kids' room so they can watch Netflix or play games on it, I really like it for those options. So like always, the link and discount code is right down below if you want to check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and like always, hit that subscribe button.